Hello everybody and welcome. We are here today in Flight Sim 2024 and I have an amazing flight planned. We're going to be looking at some volcanoes. And the reason why we're going to be looking at volcanoes is because I came across the mod that is on flightsim.to that makes the volcanoes look more, well, authentic. It removes trees, it improves the vegetation. It makes the volcanoes look more what they should be looking like in real life, essentially, at least as best they can in the sim. I am super stoked for this. And from the reviews on flightsim.to, it's an absolutely superb mod. And that's why we're going to take a look at it. And like I said, we're going to be putting in the description. And we're going to put the link in the description below. So let's go ahead and get things started. We're going to go ahead and remove all the covers here. The chocks, this pedo cover over here. And we're going to get moving. We're in the Draco. I haven't flown this very much. I know the last time I was in it, it was kind of a handful to land. So let's go ahead and jump inside. Let's see, turn on the head tracker. Head tracker is active. I may turn the head tracker every once in a while off because I have a list of things to talk about. Because, well, we're going to make this a very informative and very interesting flight. All right, so pitot heat's on, nav lights are on. Let's see, we're gonna also lift the props, power up, and the mixture is up, and we're gonna start her up. She's gonna go ahead and power up, and there she goes. She is powering up. Quick little startup. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to turn these off. What's this say down here? It just says both pumps must be on and fuel selector on both for takeoff and landing. Okay, so I'm just gonna leave them on. I'm not really too worried about it. It's just an interesting flight. So we are in Washington State, in the USA, and we're going to go take a look at 3 volcanoes, which I had no idea there was 3 volcanoes in the state of Washington. I knew of Mount Saint Helens, I knew of Mount Rainier, but there's also Mount Adams, which I had no idea was a volcano, which I found very interesting. All right, let's go ahead and taxi over here. All right, we're looking good. Go ahead and one click. We're already on one click and full power, or at least we're gonna do 3/4. No. Okay, that was a good save. I almost hit the trees. That was bad. No! Holy crap! All right, we missed another tree. All right, flap up. Let's go ahead and climb as we turn. I believe the mountain is behind us. I believe that's Mount Saint Helens right there. Let me see here. Bring up my good old trusty map. Yeah, I believe that is Mount Saint Helens right there. Yep, that is it. Now, fun fact about this mountain. Mount Saint Helens last erupted. Actually, whoa, helps if I look at the flight. The last time it erupted was 2004 and 2008. That's when it last saw activity. Now, back in the 80s, the whole side of the mountain of Mount St. Helens collapsed. I mean, it just collapsed. I believe that was 1980. 1980, I believe it was the north flank of Mount St. Helens just collapsed due to a 5.1 magnitude earthquake. And it was basically a volcano, earthquake, landslide all at once, which it was catastrophic. But man, this is it's really interesting. I would love to go to the Washington State and see the mountain and see a volcano. To me, that just sounds interesting. We're gonna give it a little more power because we're actually going pretty slow. I just find volcanoes very interesting, but we're gonna go ahead and go over here and check out this mountain. Let me see here. Put the head tracker back on, because Adams is not far off. I'll bring it up on the map right here. So yeah, as you see right here, this right here collapsed all through down here. This is why it looks like that. This was the side of the mountain that actually just collapsed. And I'll put a little clip of it happening because there is video footage of it happening. So if no one's aware of it, well, you're going to be aware of it here and see it actually how it happened. But and then this right here, this is Mount Adams. It does not look like a volcano, but the fun thing is this volcano, it last erupted between 3,800 years ago and 7,600 years ago. So this thing, I mean, it still says it's an active volcano, but it hasn't erupted in nearly 8,000 or about 8,000 years at the most. But I mean, look at that Mount Saint Helens. That looks beautiful. All right, let me turn my head tracker back on. And then right up here, Mount Rainier. All right, so Mount Rainier, though, the last time that one erupted, it says it was 1450. That was the last eruption. I guess they're estimating is 1450. But there was activity at Mount Rainier in the mid to late 1800s. There was activity, but never an eruption, I guess. These mountains are pretty high too. I believe Mount Saint Helens. What is the altitude of Mount Saint Helens? The altitude, it will not tell me. If I can keep this straight. Mount St. Helens current summit elevation is approximately 8,363 feet. So the 1980 eruption actually made this mountain smaller, because before the eruption of 1980, where it collapsed the whole side, it was nearly 10,000 feet in elevation. Flying through a bit of a cloud. Mount Rainier, its altitude, it's 14,000 feet, 14,410 feet. And Adams sits at it doesn't say on there what I'm reading right now. It just says that it's second tallest in the state. Oh, there it is. 12,276 feet. Well, yeah, this thing it's really cool. I like it. We're gonna go to the other side of this Mount St. Helens to see what it looks like after the collapse in the sim. See how well it replicates it. But right here is Mount St. Helens. What would be really cool is if say someone wanted to simulate gas vents, and you see the actual like sulfur emitting out the side like the steam pockets and stuff like that. I would think that'd be pretty cool to see. But yeah, this is Mount Saint Helens. We're about to fly over the crater. I just find this stuff very interesting. I hope everyone's gonna find this interesting, this flight, because I know that I would find it very interesting, and I like to bring some interesting things to the stream. Wow, making myself sound like I'm live stream, but I'm not. But to the recording, whatever you want to call it, to the video. There we go. We're actually flying pretty low towards the crater. Rainier is off in that direction. That's a pretty good flight in this direction. Actually dead straight. It's beyond that that cloud face. And there it is. The whole side of the mountain just gone. This was all flowed down, all part of plastic cloud and landmass, everything. I want to say there was supposed to be a town down here that just got completely leveled. I don't know if I'm correct about that. I didn't look that up, but you can definitely tell that this area is just been devastated by the entire side of the mountain just going. We're gonna turn the plane around, and I will show it from going the other direction towards the mountain again. But this I found very interesting. I mean, look at it. Yeah, that all collapsed, all down through here. All right, let's go towards Mount Adams. This is actually very, very well replicated. Ooh, too much. I like this. This was very, very well done. This whole area was just devastated. There was a huge lava flow that just wiped everything out right here. I'm assuming, at least I would expect. Let's go ahead and go check out Mount Adams. You know what? No. Since Mount Adams I did not see on that list, we're not going to go. We're closer to Mount Adams, so let's just, yeah. Mount Adams is just right there. We're closer. I can't make my mind up. I just can't make it up. We're moving about 145 knots. There it is. That's Mount Adams. It really doesn't look like a volcano. If that thing erupted, I bet you that would be devastating to the surrounding area, because that thing would blow its lid, and I'm pretty sure that would probably blow half the mountain up. If it's been well over 1,000 years, up to 8,000 years, however many years since that thing erupted, yeah, that thing would blow its lid. Yeah, that would be catastrophic to this area. I don't think it'd be any more catastrophic than watching a super volcano go up like Yellowstone. I feel like that would be way more catastrophic. But if you guys are enjoying this, I keep saying stream. I don't know why. I haven't live streamed in so long. But if you guys are liking the video and liking the content, please feel free to hit that like button. Also, don't be afraid to slap that subscribe button. I do like doing these kinds of adventures. I go through flightsim.to quite often, and I find these fun little like mods that makes the 2024 better. Because so far I got freaking, dang it, pitch down. There we go. Messing with my pitch and trim. Here we go. Anyways, I've been trying to find some mods to make things look more natural, much better, and this is one of them I found, and I absolutely love it. And I give a shout out. I would pronounce the the developer's name, but I don't know what word, if that's a word that he made himself. But I mean, I also, at the beginning of the video, I put it in the bottom left on who made the mod. But yeah, there it is. That is Mount Adams directly in front of us. Beautiful environment. Washington is a very mountainous region, especially when you go east of Seattle. These are the Cascade Mountains. But it's a beautiful region. Probably should have gotten to a jet. It would have been a lot faster to get to place. But I feel like going, flying above everything like this right here in a nice, relaxing plane isn't bad. But I'm going to be doing more of these kinds of videos where we're doing a little fun adventures, looking at new things, figuring out new things to look at that are interesting that people may not even think about going to look at. Like, who thinks about going to look at a volcano? I'm sure someone does, but not a lot. I'm sure we can figure out something to do fun around the volcanoes and stuff, like see if we can land on the side of the mountain. Too bad there's not a mod that simulates a volcano eruption and you have to go rescue a town and you're down below watching the thing erupt and shooting lava straight up. I don't know. I'm just making things up off the top of my head now. I don't even know if that's even possible to even simulate the eruptions like that. That'd be really cool. I think flightsim or Microsoft and Asobo should really think about adding those type of modifications to the sim. I don't know. I'm just spitballing ideas that could actually be interesting. What is our altitude anyways? We're sitting at about almost 10,000 feet. We're 9,200 feet, moving at about 130 knots. We've slowed down, but we're going to pick up speed. I'm flying this all by hand. It's a beautiful day to fly too. A little bit of cloud cover. We're flying through the clouds, and then we're not really above it and we're not really below it either. We're kind of in the middle, flying through them. But yeah, Adams, where it's getting bigger in the front window. If you guys want me to go check out other volcanoes, let me know in the comment section below what volcanoes you want me to check out in the sim, and we will take a flight around those areas. I feel like we could have some fun with that. It'd be very interesting. But yeah, who knew that we had 3 volcanoes in one state in close proximity to each other? I actually kind of wonder. A magma chamber. So each volcano is supposed to have a magma chamber. I'm wondering if these kind of these 3 volcanoes may share a like a magma flow underground, like if they're flowing, like if they're connected somehow together. Say if there's a bad enough pressure, what if all 3 just to go off at once or close proximity to each other? I don't know. I'm spitballing ideas and stupid things. I just find it interesting. This actually mountain looks pretty good. It doesn't look like there's any trees up top. And I don't know, the graphics just went all crazy on me just now. What just happened? I'm gonna say that's just a minor graphical issue. It probably is trying to load in higher detail. I'm gonna try to zoom in and see what it does. Oh, that's actually awful looking. Up here doesn't look bad. This just looks unnatural. It's, oh, okay, I see the features are starting to load in now. It's taking time. It's probably pulling a ton of data on all of these features. Oh, we're at over 10,000 feet now. Let's go ahead and drop down a little bit. Well, now we're going to circle this mountain, or at least, I don't know. I mean, this one hasn't erupted, so it's not going to probably have a actual crater. If it does, it's probably full of snow. It's starting to load in more stuff, much better. Well, leave it to Microsoft. Oh, that looks a lot better up here. Down here is kind of, it's still loading in down here. All right, we're gonna give it more power. We're gonna go above it. I believe I said this thing was 10,000, a little over 10,000 feet. More like 11,000 almost, it feels like. Yeah, it's starting to load in everything down below. Looking a little bit more natural. I just want to see if this thing actually have a crater. Does it have a crater? This looks like it was some type of collapse, or just snow that maybe it was an avalanche. All right, well, we're going to continue our climb. We're going to be over 11,000 feet. This mountain, when you get closer and everything loads in properly, it doesn't look bad. This actually looks like an actual, like, where it should be like a glacier like face. I don't know if that's an actual, like what I just said, it was accurate. It looks like a glacier, but it's probably not. It's all jagged rock probably. Oh, this would be fun to land on top of. Wouldn't be fun to land on top of it and then it just erupts on you or underneath you. Yeah, it looks like the crater. If there's a crater, it's filled in. And why are there houses? There's literally houses built on the side right there. Oh, that's actually a beautiful looking mountain. That rock face, everything over there looks really good. And next would be Mount Rainier, which is directly ahead. There she is, directly ahead. That is Mount Rainier. That is way out there. But she is tall. It's really crazy to think about it. You have essentially a triangle of volcanoes in one area, which is why I'm thinking, I was thinking, what if these were sharing a magma chamber that was all like right here? Now, yeah, it's speculation. I don't know. I mean, I could always try to do research, but it's more fun to speculate on potentials, theories, conspiracies. But yeah, and Seattle's right there, so Mount Rainier is actually relatively close to Seattle. But yeah, like that. That's a perfect triangle. That's kind of interesting. But we're gonna go over and check out Rainier. It looks like it's way more defined. I mean, that looks actually kind of beautiful. It almost looks like right here, like it's a lava flow too. I want to say that is a lava flow. That's an old lava flow. There's where the crater is. Don't know what that all is, but we're going to see that here in a little bit. So stay tuned. All right, we are now approaching Mount Rainier, just outside Seattle. I want to say we're about what is that about? I'm going to say that's about 40 miles. And I'm eyeballing it. I could be completely wrong. But this is Mount Rainier. We're going to take the autopilot. I actually turned the autopilot on to so I could do other things. But this is a beautiful looking mountain. It's a really big girl. She's tall. We're gonna go on the other side of the mountain. I think there was I want to say there, I said earlier there was looked like there was a lava flow. Yeah, right here. That looks like a lava flow. Could be also just a landslide that just happened. Yeah, this is one big mountain, big old volcano that hasn't erupted in a very long time. I would hate to see the top go off of this one. And if the winds went the wrong direction, Seattle would be kind of in trouble. But I think with Seattle being in the northwest of this volcano, I think they'd be fine. Especially since the jet stream moves in the northern hemisphere from west to east. But yeah, she is a big mountain, big old volcano. It's kind of crazy when you look at a volcano. There really isn't a ton of vegetation that grows on them. All right, the data is still loading in for the terrain. It looks like. This looks like really good right here. This rock face right here. Here it looks like a flow right here. It looks like this was a landslide. Yeah, this looks like it was a landslide straight down right here. Same with right here. All right, yeah, that's a gorgeous mountain. It almost looks like this one also blew out the side of the mountain. Because if this looks like it was the crater, it looks like this one also blew out the side. That's kind of what it looks like. Let me know in the comment section below if you agree with my analysis, just at a glance, that it looks like the side of the mountain blew out. Doesn't look like it blew out as bad as Mount Saint Helens, but it definitely looks like it blew out. But all right, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. We're gonna check out this beautiful sunset going on in front of us. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the video, because we're gonna do more fun stuff. Let me know in the comment section below what volcanoes you want me to fly by, and I will do that. We'll do fun facts and stuff like that. and I will see you in the next one. Later.